Welcome back to Book Bingers,
Yay!
Season 2, Episode 2. Today, we're finally,
I can't believe we haven't talked about it.
diving into, and we're going real nitty gritty.
Yeah. Fourth Wing. But specifically, Chapter 27, bonus chapter 27
That
from
is just
Xaden's.
in this new paperback edition of Fourth Wing.
Listen, I
It's so
know
pretty.
that we have not actually talked about Fourth Wing, but I think we've talked about it in a way that you know that we're obsessed. So we thought, what better way than to jump into a bonus chapter?
Yeah, and then maybe at some point, because we're both itching for a reread.
Oh my god,
this in the
I want to
worst way.
reread. This bonus chapter made me want to reread everything, which, let it be known, we've now done Fourth Wing Book Club, Iron Flame Book Club, and of course we're going to do Onyx Storm. So we already know that that's our February book club. So we have to reread anyways.
Yeah.
So we thought, let's take you along on the ride.
Yeah, because, I mean, I just
And
love it so
my
much.
cousin is like reading it for the first time.
Yeah.
So she's texting me every hour with like an update as to where she is. And I'm like, oh my God, what I wouldn't give to be living this for the first time.
And I feel like if we do a reread this go round, we have all the perspective from book 2 as well. Like as we're going through, we have the whole to speculate on. You know what I mean?
And I think Iron Flame could be but let's get into Fourth Wing. If you have not read Fourth Wing,
Why?
why? 2, this might not be the episode for you.
Flag it.
Because it is
Bookmark
going,
it.
I'm telling you, we're going to be spoiling. There's going to be spoilers
Yeah.
in this. You're going to want to be familiar with Fourth Wing to
Yeah.
listen to this because we are coming in with theories, thoughts, and feelings.
Yeah, lots of feelings. Mm-hmm.
So here we are. The Xaden Chapter 27 bonus. You can only find it in the brand new paperback.
Yeah.
Which is also gorgeous.
Oh my god, it's perfect.
Okay, can I take a second to complain though?
Yeah.
How come you can give me sprayed edges on the paperback, but you couldn't give me stencil on Iron Flame?
It wasn't time. The printer didn't have time.
Babe, make the time.
Maybe this was planned.
Because now my books are not going to match.
Listen, I know.
But it is so cute. It is so cute.
Perfect.
I feel like Fourth Wing really started the trend of stencil and sprayed edges. Were they there before? Yes. But I don't feel like people were feral for them until Fourth
It's
Wing.
the first. I actually sought out this book
Because of the sprayed edges.
for the sprayed edge first.
Correct.
Like, before there
Didn't know
was
anything about
even
it.
any reviews about
There
it.
was no hype yet.
None.
None.
I
It
just
was-
wanted the drag.
I'm convinced that it was the best marketing you
Yeah.
could ever do because
Yeah.
everybody bought it for the stencil, not even caring or knowing what the story was yet.
And then it was
so
just
beautiful.
review after review being like,
Oh, it turns out this book is amazing.
Yeah.
But then came out everybody thinking, oh, that's the way to market my book. And I bought a lot of books based on their edges, and let me tell you, they did not live up to the beauty of their cover.
I'll tell you one that I do want to get, though, is the Games Gods play.
Yes.
That one is actually super pretty, and I need to get that one because it's
Is that
Greek.
red?
Nope, it's blue.
Blue.
Yeah, and it's about Greek gods.
Yes.
It's like a Hades.
Yes. Is that Red Tower?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'd say 50-50 on Red Tower, whether I've liked the new releases versus...
They
been,
just sent me an ARC, a PR box for Bloodguard, and I got super excited because that one has this like red edge with like flowers, but they didn't send me the spray edge. It was like the advanced reader copy, and I was like, thanks. Can you also send me?
Please.
It's fine. I haven't started it yet, so I have 0 reviews. Anyways, back to Xaden.
Okay. So let's set the scene.
Let's set the scene.
What's going on in
Correct.
chapter 27?
Correct. So, for those of you that remember Fourth Wing, there's a scene where we go to visit Mira.
Yeah, because their team has like won the battle brief or whatever.
Yes.
And so they get
Their
to go...
reward.
Their reward is they get to go out to one of the outposts.
Yes, and so this is where we see Violet reunited with her sister, and we're going to sit down and have, like, I guess another...
Mira is going to put them through a, like an exercise of, if this were to happen, how would you utilize everyone's powers type deal.
Yeah, and if you remember, there's some angst between Dane and Xaden. Okay,
because so Xaden shows up.
And if you remember, in Fourth Wing, Xaden says that the dragons are mated and they can't be away from each other longer than 3 days. So it wasn't his call. It wasn't his choice. It's his dragon. He has to be there. Mm-hmm. Well, we come to find out in Xaden's POV, that is such a lie.
Sigil calls him out so hard. She's like, I'm the one?
She actually mocks him a little bit.
3 days?
Yeah. Like, I wonder what Violet's
doing. Where's Violet now? What's she doing? Is she thinking of me? Is she missing me? Is she getting closer to Atos? Does she dream about that kiss? How many days until Violet's point fucking taken?
Like, it's fantastic. And we finally get to see personality from Sigil.
I want more of her.
Give me more.
I want a chapter from her.
Tell me how perfect she is for Taryn, because they are both,
oh my god,
so like sarcastic and grumpy and hilarious.
Correct.
So, fun fact, it's not because of the dragons. Xaden misses Violet. He wants to see Violet. He can't stand being away from her.
Ooh boy.
Especially knowing that she is with Dane.
Yeah, that's really eating at his soul.
It's really eating away at him. Which, you know, I mean, the jealousy is real.
The first sentence of the chapter is, Dane Atos is dancing on my last fucking nerve.
He really hates him.
Hates him.
Like, we come to realize just how much he hates him in this bonus chapter. And it is a lot.
A lot.
Which, you know what? If you could, like, read other people's thoughts and that kind of stuff, I'd probably hate a lot of people as well.
True, and knowing what he knows about Dane and Dane's power, and now knowing that Dane is so close and has such history with Violet.
I know. I mean, the jealousy is real, and I get it. I get it, Xaden. A big bombshell is dropped in this of we find out where Imogen was, because I think a lot of us were like, why is she not there?
Yeah.
That's weird.
That she was like in the infirmary.
Right.
You know, and so we find out that she was doing a dagger drop. And that is what Xaden used as like a cover of like, well, that's why I should go. Is Correct. So we can...
And it's also kind of nice to see Imogen using her power. She has one of the coolest powers, and I really think moving forward we're going to see that a lot.
You hate Imogen for like so much of this book. You're like, she's such a bitch. Like, she's so mean. Does she hate Violet? Like, is she just like going along with it just because she's loyal to Xaden?
Yeah.
And you really get... I like that we're going to get more into... I really like when we're going to get more into all of those riders that are with their relics, because
she
does a good job of painting them in like such a negative light that
I know, and I think they're the ones that have the coolest signets. So I think it's going to be really exciting in Onyx Storm to see what they're going to do with Xaden being possibly not the leader anymore. Like, they may have to figure this shit out on their own.
Yeah.
And I think Imogen is going to step up as
she should.
As she should.
Yeah.
I think it's going to... I love her friendship with Violet. I love how it started... Okay, so I'm going to go on them.
I often wonder, like, are we going to see Violet be more loyal to Imogen than she is to Mira?
Are we going to see her have to choose between Rhiannon and Imogen as to, like, they have two very different ideas of how to, like, go forward? And I think that she's going to end up siding with Imogen, because Imogen's going to want to save Xaden, and Rhiannon's going to be like, that's not safe. We need to do this thing. That's my prediction, is that there's going to be a little friendship trio triangle problem with Violet in the middle. I don't see Rhiannon
we've already seen
Imogen
so
being friends.
much like angst between the two of them with how much Violet like left her in the dark. Like, I feel like,
which one's gonna die? Because one of them's gonna die. Is it Imogen or is it Rhiannon? Because One of them's going to die, and I think it might be Imogen.
If I was a betting person,
I think it's going to be Imogen.
I'd put it on Imogen.
Yeah.
In a sacrificial kind of way.
Although we already did lose Liam, which is from that squad, that team. So maybe it's time that
Rebecca
we lose.
she's brutal. She's not going to keep it even.
I'm just saying. But do we see?
We lost a leg, okay? That's enough.
Fair. I think that we're going to see so many of them die. I think we're going to see so many of them die. It's not even funny. And I think book 3 is going to be the point where we see another very big character die. Like, was Liam a big character? He was on his way to becoming a very big character.
Well, automatically these characters are bigger characters because now we've had them for 3 books.
We've had them, yeah. Immediately. To me, it's like killing off, I don't know, Luna Lovegood or something. You know what I mean? Like, I think we're going to start seeing...
Is it like a serious level death? Is it a...
Well, serious, we only had...
True.
I mean, not all that much time with him. But yeah, I do think it's going to be a big
Fred
impact.
George?
It's going to be a Fred and George kind of death.
A Lupin?
A Lupin. It's going to be, a Dumbledore. We're really giving away some Harry Potters.
Well, at this point, come on.
Listen, but like, I can't imagine that they all make it through book 3. I just don't see it. I don't see it. I'm surprised Moore didn't die in Iron Flame.
I think we're gonna be unhappy.
But so we start with Liam dying. Her mom dies in Iron Flame. Like, obviously, we're gonna keep going up. There's only 5 books.
At what point do we lose a dragon?
Stop.
It's there.
It's there.
You know what I mean?
I know. Oh, my heart can't handle
Back to this chapter.
Anyways, back to... do you see why we need to have a Fourth Wing episode? Because I could talk about this forever.
One of the things that I know. I'm keeping us on task. One of the things that I really like is we start to see how the mind speak bonds, like what that looks like.
Yeah.
It's like silvery and like an actual physical bond that he can kind of tug on. And this is the first point that we see Xaden talk to Violet.
This is it.
And she's like, what the fuck?
It's so great because we first see it in Violet's like POV.
Yeah.
And I thought that was phenomenal. It was my favorite part of the book. But now seeing it from Xaden's, I think I like it more.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
I think I like it more in Xaden's point of view. Like seeing an actual visual with it.
Well,
is super
cool. And now that you know that it was Xaden's choice to be there.
Of course. And he finally admits to himself in this chapter that he loves her. He's in love with her. And if you remember in this book, they're still very much in denial about that. At this point in the book, they're not, but he already knows at this point. So it makes you go back in the book and be like, oh my God, from chapter 27 on, he already knew he loved her. Like full love, not just like infatuated.
Yeah. And he loves her, which, I mean, this is way before Violet even is contemplating. This is like way before they're even anything.
Yeah.
You know
what
I mean?
Kissed?
That's it.
Which he can't stop thinking about, by the way. This chapter has me all the giddy. But also, Xaden, we already knew, but his inner monologue is...
Does this not just make you want a complete Fourth Wing rewrite of just Xaden?
Please do that.
His point of view, the whole time.
Listen, come out with Onyx Storm, but then give me something to keep me going between Onyx Storm and whatever the fourth one's going to be.
The thing is, because if we have an entire book of Xaden, we have an entire book of Sigil.
I need it.
Oh my God. I need her little sassy self.
And then the bonus chapter can be Sigil and Taryn.
Oh God.
Do you think we'll ever get an Andarna
I hope so. What do you think? Do you think she'll open it up to more
POVs?
I
hope so. I think she's realizing how much we're loving this bonus content. So if she was smart, she'd just keep coming out with new, like, this same story, but with bonus chapters.
Yeah, I mean,
it's kind of like how SJM was like, here you go, but depending on where you buy it, you're going to get a different bonus chapter. Don't do that to me. Rebecca, do not do that to me. I just don't want to buy 6 different copies. Okay?
I wouldn't doubt if she does
It's brilliant. I mean, we all did it. We were like, oh, which location are we going to go to? Here I am at Walmart. It's 6 a.m.
Worth it.
Well, it was worth it. But, like, you know, give me more. Give me more Xaden POV. Give me Sigel. Give me Andarna. Give me anyone. Give me Taryn. Give me more POVs, because clearly Violet is not the best point of view for the whole story. We're only getting her, like, 18, 19-year-old POV. Mm-hmm. How long did we spend in Iron Flame before she forgave Xaden when it was so obvious that she needed to forgive him?
The answer is too long.
Too long! And I said that was going to happen. And I said, she gets 20% before I get mad. Why did it go on way past that?
It did.
That was too much. Yeah. Too much time. I can't do it again.
There's some discourse online saying that this is the chapter where we get confirmation to Violet's second signet.
I kind of agree, because Rebecca has said publicly that she's surprised that we didn't catch on to what the second signet is, because she thought it was so obvious.
Listen, you mastermind, if she didn't immediately get it...
And she's like, she said there was one line that gave it away, and we were literally, the entire world was like, what? No, but this, I feel like she's being like, hey, dum-dums, I'm confirming it once again.
Yeah, so Xaden is talking to himself, and he says, lying is easy, except when it comes to Violet. I haven't quite figured that one out yet.
Yeah. And one could interpret it as, like, he morally can't figure it out. But as we know from Xaden, he is morally gray.
Or you can take it as literally he cannot lie to her. He can't
figure it out. And I think that's how we're supposed to take it. I think he literally can't figure out how to work his way around lying to her. Which is why he says several times in Iron Flame, like, I never lied to you.
Yeah.
Because I don't think he can.
Yeah.
So he had to dance around information.
So is she a truthsayer?
I think so. I think once again Rebecca's being like, I'm giving it to you again since you didn't catch on.
And what does that mean?
I don't know.
Do you know what I mean?
I think it means that she's going to be a human lie detector.
Does that mean that now we look back to every piece of text and speech that's ever been said to her and have to take it literally, like people are not lying to her?
I guess. It also makes you wonder, like,
or does she have the power to pull out
I think
answers?
It's going to be by her choice. Maybe, I don't know. But it does make you wonder about some of the parental things. Like, can she read a lie and know it's truth or a lie? Like, there's so much shit you can do with this, but I have to assume because it's a signet, it has to be something she can control.
But also, like, so the signet hasn't manifested yet, so
or
like,
has it?
Or
and
has
she just
it?
Doesn't figured that out yet.
Or has it not? But because her and Xaden are bonded the way that they are, it kind of already is manifesting in the way that he can't.
And because you have to remember that Xaden's coming from a place of, he has two signets. He's rare. Nobody else has that. So maybe he's picking up on things that he doesn't know he's picking up on, which are...
I also think that Andarna is just such a dark horse in this that, like, we don't even have... We've only just brushed the surface of what she's going to bring to the table.
Is there a world where Andarna turns and becomes bad? I don't know.
Becomes bad?
I mean, she's royalty, right? Does she eventually grow up and become like, hey, this is actually my world and I want my throne back?
No. No. She's the savior. Bad?
I don't know. Is she the savior? Maybe. Is she the one that we're all thinking is going to die?
No.
You don't think Andarna's going to die?
No.
How do you save people? How? Name a savior that hasn't died.
I think Taryn's going to die. If you have to pick one of the two.
But if Taryn dies, what happens to Xaden and his dragon? You know, they're mated.
This is why I always thought that Violet could, like, bring people back. I think that we don't truly have the depth of her her signet with Taryn.
That could be true as well.
I don't think it's a lightning wielder. I think it's power.
And it could be. It very well could be. Because she just got the signet. Like, we have to remember how much time has actually passed in the book, and it's not much. Like, in her world, not much time. And I feel like
people are just still holding out a lot of information.
Yeah.
That Violet just doesn't know.
And I do think that there's a lot of, like, trying to protect Violet from this information, because I think people realize how powerful of a weapon she could be. And
yeah, and I think
they're keeping her in the dark a little bit.
I think a lot of it gets masked by, like, we have to protect her because she's weak.
Yeah, I hate that.
Do you know what I mean?
I hate that.
Like, even Mira herself? Being like, you need to take Violet out of here. You need to save her.
Yeah.
You know, like, why?
Why? Don't you want to use her?
Why?
She's the only one in history to have 2 dragons.
No, but, she can't keep her seat. So
has she not proven herself yet?
Mm.
You know what I mean? Mm. I guess in this point, maybe she hadn't quite yet. I mean, this is chapter 27. But, like, you know, it does make me mad. At what point do we be like, hey, homegirl is, like, crazy powerful?
Yeah.
So...
I mean, only 2 chapters later, she kills Jack. You know what I mean?
Correct.
So, I mean, we know she's powerful.
Mm-hmm. 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 So, yeah, I don't know. I guess we'll find out. I have so many questions about everybody. Mira, is she good or bad?
My gut says bad.
And my gut says good, but it's Brennan that's bad.
I also think bad. You know? Is the dad alive?
Listen, I know Rebecca will say all damn day that the
didn't see a
dead.
body.
But just because you're dead doesn't mean that we won't see you in the book again.
It's the same way I don't think Scarlet Witch is dead, okay?
Okay, tonight, another night.
Okay, but you can't talk to me until tomorrow.
Okay.
Tomorrow night.
I just think we already saw Liam die, but yet we had another scene with him. So just because the dad might be dead doesn't mean we're not going to communicate with him or see him.
Yeah, agreed. Agreed.
There's that.
Brennan
gives me the worst vibes. The worst vibes that there ever was. I wouldn't be surprised.
He's very suspicious.
As the kids would say, he's so sus.
So sus.
Like, I'm telling you.
Skibbity Ohio Riz.
Skibbity? I do think that Mira is good. I think she needs to have one good family member. Mommy was complicated, but not great.
Mom, like, redeemed herself in the end.
She did, but still, what a terrible mom.
Correct, and I think Mira, maybe along the same vein as Dane,
yes, of like
is following
coming
orders.
From a place, yes, and coming from a place of like seeing both Dane and Mira literally watched her break her bones her whole life. So they're coming from a like, we want to protect her, and I think it's a love like protection.
Yeah, I think Mira,
and sometimes Mira that can
is
manifest.
Giving like eldest daughter.
Correct. I mean, listen, if it was my little sister, I'd be like, get her out of here. Yeah. I don't care. Yeah. You know how powerful she is. Yeah. Get her out of here.
Yeah.
That's me. Shut up, phone. What's happening?
I thought you were on airplane mode.
I thought I was too.
We do get one other thing. We get another Dunn reference.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I wonder how much these gods are going to come into play.
You know, I really hope they come into play because otherwise I don't need to know about them.
Like where I need the circle, the Venn diagram of like where are the gods and the dragons, and
I would love some visuals, but also like we talk about when someone's dead, we have to burn all their stuff. Why? Where I hope that comes into play more because clearly
it has to. You must be able to resurrect them.
And it makes me wonder because she had kept Liam's letters. Is that why she was able to see him?
She kept his little figurine that he carved her. Mm-hmm. And there's a reference to Liam's figurines in this chapter too.
Yes.
Like when Xaden says like that his are better.
And so the fact that she has her dad's book, I think that this is how she's going to be able to communicate with people that have died, and it's by holding on to the possessions. And there's a bigger conspiracy as to why we want to like burn it all to the ground. Yeah. Once they're dead, gotta get rid of it. Yeah. What?
Yeah, who came up with that? The world is so little still at this point.
I know, because there's a whole other world of dragons out there that we haven't met.
Like, this is clearly for, like, another podcast, but, like, Xaden's mom.
Girl, don't even... Okay, that is another podcast.
Like,
not even get me started. Don't even get me started on Xaden's mom. We have to do a reread because all that stuff will come flying back to me, but I have opinions on that. So, okay, that was a little amuse-bouche as to just one bonus chapter. So if you think that we talked a lot about one chapter, let's do a read-through. I think we're going to have to, like, cap it at, like, 5 chapters at a time to really, like, dissect this. Because I, now coming from reading both books, want to go back and, like, re-look at everything with a magnifying glass.
Yeah. Yeah, and especially knowing, like, you know, the little, like, epithets at the beginning of every chapter, how meaningful they really are.
Because I've only read Fourth Wing 3 times.
Same. I mean, to say only, but, like, that's a significant amount of times. But yeah.
I
mean, compared to how many times I've read ACOTAR.
Compared to how many times I've read just Echo Math.
Or Harry Potter, or, you know what I mean?
You know, like, I read it when it first came out. I read it before our book club. And then I read it again before Iron Flame came out. So, it's time. Yeah,
so there's 39 chapters in Fourth Wing. So I think, like, 5 chapters at a time.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then if you are one of the, you know, crazy people that haven't read it yet, you can read it along with us.
Yeah.
And give us your opinions and thoughts and theories and all the things, because there are so many out there. It's easy to get down that rabbit hole.
It's easy to get swept up.
Confuse yourself in your own thoughts, because...
And really believe things that probably aren't even in the realm of possibility.
I've been hurt so many times by believing other people's theories that I wanted that to happen so bad that when it didn't, I got disappointed. Which is not fair to the author.
And I do hope that, like, authors are not taking into consideration and, like, changing things up based off of fan theories. You know what I mean?
I truly hope that most of these authors are just like... Like, that's the one good thing about SJM is you guys can talk about your theories all you want, but she's not on social media.
She has no idea.
No idea how stairs work. You think that she's watching your TikTok? She doesn't even know how stairs work, you guys. Just saying.
She's gonna go down in history as, like, what was she thinking?
The fact that editors read that and were like, you know it's harder to go upstairs than downstairs, right? You know that, right? Do you know how stairs work?
But when she's dead at the end of 4,000 stairs, she definitely has enough in the tank to go back up them.
She can't go down a single one more. Like, she's done. Time to go back up. Oh, boy. The things. But, okay, Xaden, bonus chapter, 27. So much out of one chapter.
Yeah.
Love it. Lots of stuff confirmed. Let us know what you think. Is Violet a truthsayer? What do you think?
Is this the confirmation we all needed?
Is Dane... Why was he out of breath?
Oh my god, we didn't even mention that!
Why is Dane out of breath?
We're wrapping up the podcast here without talking about the most important thing coming out of this chapter. Why is he out of breath?
Why is he out of breath? Somebody answer me. Is Dane... like, more than just taking...
So they're in the hallway getting lambasted by Mira, like, stop arguing in the room, and then this attack happens, and Dane disappears.
Gonzo.
But then all of a sudden, he's up on the roof and he's out of breath?
Out of breath.
No one else is out of breath, and he's out of breath?
My question about Dane is he just following orders, and he's just blindly doing what he's told without, like a soldier, just taking... like, whatever daddy or whatever somebody tells him to do, and he's like, yes. Or is he bad? And I know that a lot of people don't like Dane. I get that. So I'm not talking, do you like Dane?
Rebecca loves Dane.
I'm not asking, do you like Dane? I'm asking, is he a bad guy? Not is he like, Dane sucks.
Does he not know the depth of bad that his dad is?
And I have to...
Is he just following orders?
I have to assume no one looks at their parent in that light.
Is he, in fact, the reason why the wards failed?
Yes.
At this point?
I think so.
And what is his true power? His power, does he have to touch the face?
Correct.
Does he just have to touch you?
What was he told? Did he think this was really just an exercise? Like, what was he told? Was he truly just following an order, or is he part Venom? Like, what is he? What's he doing? Questions.
His dragon has the fetid breath.
I know.
What does it mean? What does it mean? Is he really on a redemption tour? Has he seen the light and seen the error of his ways? Or is he playing the long game and he's really gonna just...
I know. Like, wouldn't it be crazy if we found out, like, him and Jack are, like, besties? They're like, this is my half-brother. Like, wouldn't you just die?
I would be so mad.
I'd die. But I am still a team. I think Dane is just ignorant and dumb at this point in the story and truly doesn't know the consequences of his actions on a larger scale. But I don't know. She clearly put this in here for a reason so that we would be talking about it leading into Onyx.
Xaden really hates Dane.
Yeah. Dane really hates Xaden.
They really hate each other. So, like, what do they know about each other with their powers? You know, what don't we know?
Where do their parents come into play? Oh my God. Again, Xaden's mom. What history does she have with Dane's dad? Because there's some beef with these two boys that go beyond Violet.
Generational beef.
It goes beyond Violet.
Yeah.
I can't believe we were going to wrap it up without, like, even talking about
Oh my God, Dane.
Dane. Again, lots of stuff she threw in here for a purpose, for a reason, right before Onyx Storm comes out, so that we will be thinking these things going into that.
Correct. And the thing is, like, we don't even have any bonus chapters from Xaden's perspective from, like, Iron Flame. Do you know what I mean? Like, the only bonus chapters we have are from Fourth Wing.
It's clearly very important. We need to go back to basics before we go into Onyx Storm. This book is setting up...
How much is in here that we just completely overlooked? You know what I mean?
I know. Oh my gosh, I can't wait to deep dive this. Let's do it. I want to know all of your thoughts on the bonus chapter. What are your new theories? Has this confirmed anything for you? Does it have you questioning everything you thought you knew? Because it does for me.
Yes.
Yeah. Are we Fourth Wing freaks? Yes.
Also
yes. Literally. Absolutely. Which, by the way, I know we haven't talked about it, but, like, I have it tattooed on my body. Like, I am a die-hard Fourth Wing. Just because we haven't talked about it yet, it's because it's a lot to dive into.
Mm-hmm. It is.
And we'll get to
it. We have so much love for it that, yeah.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
Let's do it. But before we do that, we do have some other episodes where we want to get into some spooky reads, some fall reads, some giving you the fall vibes.
Yeah.
Because it's the Burr months.
It's that time.
It's that time.
Finally.
So many good books are coming out in the fall, so it is time. Oh my gosh. Okay, we will see you next week.
Yes. Where we talk about, I don't know. We'll
probably spooky reads, right? Yeah. Maybe some fall go-tos.
Yeah, that'll be a...
But then I think we should start reading Fourth Wing.
I agree.
Again. Fourth Wing, fourth time? Let's go.
Yes. Epic.
All right, see you next week. Bye.
Bye.